Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Town Business. He has a channel called Town Business Sports Entertainment. He also has another channel called Town Business All Media. I want everyone who is not subscribed to his channel, I want everyone to subscribe to his channel. Both his channels. He has two. I will leave the links to them in the description box and comment section. Because as a matter of fact, he did a similar video to the topic that we're going to talk about, and I saw his video on this topic concerning this individual you've seen getting knocked down. I'll even leave the link to his video on it. All right, what I'm talking about is Manny Pacquiao, or should I call him Manny Punkquiao, because he's a punk, or sometimes Tranny Punkquiao. So, but I prefer Punkquiao, Manny Punkquiao. But anyway, why do I call him Punkquiao? Because number one, he's a punk. You see, 5 years ago, maybe 6, he was in a big fight with the undefeated Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. We all know who that guy is. And when I say undefeated, I'm meaning in his professional career, Floyd Mayweather never lost a professional fight in his professional career and still hasn't. He is 50-0. One of his opponents was this man right here getting knocked down by the name of Manny Pacquiao, or should I say Punkquiao. I think it was by unanimous decision that Floyd Mayweather won, because Floyd Mayweather was dominating in that fight. Punkquiao lost. Yeah, this guy, Punkquiao lost. But instead of accepting his defeat, he wanted to make excuses, saying that he had a shoulder injury, had to go through surgery before the fight. I was like, then why didn't you drop out then if you need to heal up a little bit longer? And then he said he was crying, and then basically he was angry, and he basically did not accept the fact that he lost fair and square. We also know that Punkquiao may be a racist, well, his fans at least, because they wanted to go with his excuse so they could not give Floyd Mayweather any credit on the fight. And Pacquiao is not the only one. You had Oscar De La Hoya, who also lost to Floyd Mayweather. He claimed that he had some injuries and wanted to make that as an excuse to why he lost to Mayweather, instead of the fact that Floyd Mayweather was just a dominant fighter. Then Floyd Mayweather, I think earlier, even beat Canelo Alvarez, and then they wanted to make the excuse that he was green and stuff like that. I'm also hearing that Manny Pacquiao was forced to do random drug testing. That shows you right there that, and Manny Pacquiao didn't want to do drug testing. That told you right there that Manny Pacquiao wanted to cheat, because they're saying that because today he's like in his 40s. I'm talking about Manny Pacquiao. Yet he managed to beat a young Keith Thurman with ease, but couldn't beat a primed Floyd Mayweather. That shows you right there that Pacquiao. Oh, and by the way, the Keith Thurman fight, there was no random drug testing. So that tells you right there that Punkquiao may have cheated in that Keith Thurman fight, but he was unable to cheat in that Floyd Mayweather fight, and that's why Floyd Mayweather won. But now, a doctor named Dr. Baya, or whatever his name is, has came out in an interview and said that the whole shoulder surgery thing was all lie. He said that the doctor, Baya, said that the whole surgery thing was just being made as an excuse to not give Floyd Mayweather any credit on the fight. I mean, I have my personal issues with Floyd Mayweather, but yeah, as a person, I have issues with Floyd Mayweather. As a boxer, I can respect that Floyd Mayweather is one of the toughest fighters, or was one of the toughest fighters, and one of the best fighters of all time. I can respect that. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, he's a kind of a good fighter himself, but his attitude, is not taking responsibility for his loss, not training hard enough. So Manny Punkquiao wanted to make excuses for his loss against Floyd Mayweather, and now finally, after years, we found out that a doctor that may have worked with Punkquiao has finally confessed that that whole trying to say that it was a shoulder injury and try to use it as an excuse for Floyd Mayweather beating Punkquiao, that was all a lie. We also saw that prior to when he did the so-called surgery, which probably was a lie, that Manny Pacquiao was still doing other activities that are considered extremely risky to do before doing a fight. So I'm like, you're doing all that before your fight, and you're still prepared for the fight, or wasn't prepared for the fight, and you lost, and now you want to claim it was a shoulder injury, but you was doing all kinds of random stuff before and after the fight. Yeah, you just mad, Punkquiao, that you lost to a great fighter in Floyd Mayweather. And I know that his racist fans, I'm talking about Punkquiao's racist fans, are going to come at this channel or come after other channels and attack me because I'm talking about their Filipino savior, Manny Punkquiao, because I know a lot of Filipinos were racist towards Floyd Mayweather as a result, because they were, I mean, I understand that Filipinos wanted to support their man, Manny Pacquiao, or Punkquiao. But you can still support your fighter and not be racist towards another fighter or another group of people. I like a lot of different black fighters, but that doesn't mean I hate other people's races because I want to support the black athletes. Oh, there's even there's even non-black athletes that I like. I can also like non-black athletes without shucking and jiving and cooning and stuff. I'm not shucking and jiving just because I like non-black fighters. Like I said, I can like black fighters and not be racist towards other people. Just like I can like non-black fighters without shucking and jiving and cooning and stuff like that. Like some of these idiots on social media that would do that because they will do that because they want views on their channels and stuff like that. But of course, as I'm going to support mostly the black fighters just out of the fact that they represent my people. People like Deontay Wilder, people like Terrence Crawford, people like the late Muhammad Ali, even people I disagree with like Floyd and Mike Tyson, whether they're boxing or not. Because other races do it and they don't get criticized. But whenever a black boxing fan favors a black fighter, all of a sudden we also sort of call racist and stuff like that. Yet some of these boxing fans are racist and do support non-black fighters, not because they like the non-black fighter, it's because they are racist towards the black fighter. But yeah, I'm shout out to the doctor who exposed Manny Pacquiao's fake lie about injuries. That shows you that Pacquiao is not a good person. Remember, this is a person that used to deal drugs and deal with drugs in the Philippines. He was known to have been a womanizer, and then all of a sudden he found religion and stuff. But you know, they hide some of the dirty secrets, and I think he cheated in that Keith Thurman fight, because Keith Thurman is like, I'm like, look at Pacquiao, because if look at Punkquiao. If he didn't have something, was not using something, he probably would not have been able to beat Keith Thurman. That's why he's afraid to fight Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. The only reason why he wants to fight Errol Spence Jr. is because Errol Spence Jr. got hurt in a car accident. And, you know, Errol Spence Jr. has been out for a while. Errol Spence Jr. might not be in his right mind right now. And Manny Punkquiao, being the coward he is, wants to take advantage of that. But I bet you Errol Spence Jr. will still prevail, especially if he has enough time to heal up, which he probably does due to the fact that there are no boxing matches going on because of COVID-19, which will give Errol Spence hopefully some time to heal up. And I bet you when he's finally ready to face Punkquiao will probably all of a sudden decide to duck that fight, because Punkquiao is a coward. But that's all I have to say about this video. I want to know what y'all think in the comment section. If you want proof of what I'm talking about, there's an article. I decided not read it, but I will leave you the link to the article where it talks about the doctor and about the situation with Punkquiao in the description box and comment section as well, for y'all to see for yourself. That's where I got my information from. And like I said, shout out to Town Business, because he did a video on this as well. I'll leave you a link to his video, and perhaps maybe both his two channels, as due to the fact that I have so much respect for him. And because since I shot him out, I think I should do him even more of a favor by helping him get some subscribers. Yeah, also make sure to I'll also leave links to my different accounts as well for y'all to subscribe to me too, including Twitter, Black Junction, YouTube, etc. Also make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell. Also, if you're making comments, writing comments, write them in a certain way, because YouTube is getting rid of removing comments if they feel that they are offensive or considered spam. So if you feel like your comment has been removed, but it was not because of me, it was probably because of the community lines YouTube created that allows them to remove contents. So be careful how you write your comments in the comment section. I did address this at least maybe 1 or 2 times, that comments are being removed off of people's channels and the content creators are not removing them. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up as well. But that's all I have to say for now. This is J-Dog. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.